Good morning, everyone. It's Lindsey Huddleston back in the building. Another SPS Monday Motivation. That's right. It's Monday, y'all. Let's get it. Get it. It's going to be all right. Hope everybody's doing okay. There was a nasty storm that ripped through Michigan yesterday. I was okay. I was good. It got bad for a minute, but I hope everybody's doing okay. And prayers go out to people who are negatively impacted by that. But here we go again, guys. What is today's topic? It is celebrate it all. That's right. Celebrate it all, folks. Lindsey, what do you mean celebrate it all, right? I say celebrate it all. That's right. Enjoy the moment. Get all into it. What is a celebration? The celebration recognizes a specific moment that you want to honor something. But I realized during the celebration, whether it's a birthday or anniversary, there's all this excitement that comes into play. And man, the power that comes if you can embrace that for all things you go through. Lindsey, what are you talking about? Everything doesn't need to be celebrated. That can be a fair point, and we can get into some things as we go about what should and should not be. But that's what I'm talking about today. This includes your wins and your losses. Like, Lindsey, what are you talking about? I'm trying to win every day. I'm not trying to celebrate no loss. I'm not trying to acknowledge no loss. I don't even want to deal with that. But in today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the worries about things beyond your control, whether it's a loss or something you're concerned about. Hey, I say this. It is about the position of your disposition, right? Good morning, Michelle Mimi Watkins. You get the star on your forehead. Number one, always here. Excellent attendance. I love it. Good to see you today. I got my brother Kevin Marshall in the building saying, good morning, my friend. Good morning, brother. Good morning to you as well, Kevin Marshall. Michelle Mimi Watkins always hold me down. I'm saying, guys, this morning, we want to celebrate it all, right? And I use this term as all about the position of your disposition. Personally, when I had a shift in my thinking over the weekend about some things, not sports related, hey, I'm celebrating the Spartans despite everything, right? Celebrating your Michigan Wolverines too, Kevin. I mean, come on, man. Sweet 16, one of the best 16 teams in the country. Celebrate it all. But I realized that when I looked at everything from a celebratory standpoint, it was a great feeling. It changed my disposition about my outlook and what was on my mind, what I was worried about, and it just carried me through. And I think it's very important that we look at that because guess what? Here's the key point, guys. There's not enough time to be worrying. I get to see Michelle Mimi Watkins every Monday. She pops up. My guy Kevin Marshall pops up. But as we all know, we can't take that for granted, right? I hope to God I'm not having a premonition here on anything, but I look over my shoulder. I got my grandmother's photo, my brother's photo, my godfather Ernest McCoy's photo up there. Time comes and goes. So we put so much energy into worrying about things and being caught up, and we lose out instead of celebrating all things. So what I'm trying to say is don't let worries over uncontrollable issues rob you of joy. Celebrate the things within your control and let the rest go, right? Let it go. We got right here, got Kevin Marshall said, hey, yes, glad the Michigan sports fan can go green and go blue. That's right, man. That's a perfect example from a sports standpoint that can have a major impact. Look at what the state of Michigan say about Michigan basketball, Michigan State, where they're at, Sweet 16, Elite 8. The rivalry is back in effect. Say whatever you want to say. Hey, I'll be seeing Dusty May in approximately 2 weeks at the Ratio Williams Coaches Forum. Look forward to get a chance to sit down and talk to him, Kevin. I know that's your guy when it comes to Michigan, but that's an example of what I'm talking about, right? Also, don't let the worries over the uncontrollable issues take your joy. I said that, but also, too, you should celebrate the hard work even when the result isn't exactly what you hoped for, as long as you learn from it. What's your learning experience? I had a great opportunity. I had the opportunity to experience my first NCAA tournament. Got to get down to Cleveland, got to check out some things, got to ask some questions, be a part of what's going on, move around, sat on the floor. It was a great time, and I learned some things. I learned that, hey, covering an NCAA tournament game, even though it's Michigan State, is a whole lot different than covering the game at the Breslin as far as the logistics, how spread out you are, how you got to pick and choose. Hey, do you want to go interview the coach? Do you want to go to the locker room? How you want to move? All these type of things came into play. So I look at it as, hey, count it as joy. It was a great experience for me to be able to see that and experience that. Also, got Shane Ross in the building to facts. Be grateful for the run and representation. Huge for college hoops in the Big Ten and Michigan. You said it exactly right, Shane. You already know. I know you're a big hoop head from Moneyball on down. And I'm glad that people are taking that attitude. I'm getting kind of responses from people that kind of want to get into the weeds about what should have been done. Hey, man, nobody expected either Michigan or Michigan State, I think, to make the runs that they made. We could do that. Another great student of the game. That's right, Patricia England in the building. She's a Michigan fan all day, so we got a little bit of extra bragging rights going on in the Huddleston household between Madeline and I. But it's all to the good because we know the pendulum swings back and forth. Good time. But I'm saying, man, you got to celebrate it all. all, right? You have to celebrate it all. But then wait a minute, Lindsay, hold on for a second. Not only do you learn from it, but you can appreciate having opportunities to be exposed or having been experienced to. So that's another problem I think we have. When something doesn't really go our way and we don't like the outcome, we're like, man, you can't take anything from it, but it's always something that can be taken from it. It's all about perspective. It's all about the position of your disposition. It's all about how you look at it. So you know what? It wasn't the outcome I wanted, but you know what? This is what happens, and this is what I'm going to deal with. And hey, what nugget can I take from this? What can I use and build upon this going forward, for the next step? But here's another one. Well, Lindsay, we can't celebrate everything. We can't celebrate that one word that we don't like to talk about. That's right, death. And I had to think about this when I was getting ready for this presentation, because I like to go through processes to test my hypothesis, to say, okay, if you're going to put this out here, Lindsay, can you stand on it all the way through? And this is another term. But guess what? When I looked up people as it relates to celebration of death, not to say I'm glad someone died, but there's a term I was introduced to called the death positive movement, which encourages open discussion about death and dying and viewing mortality as a natural part of life rather than something to fear. And I had to be careful with that, but I think it's important that we recognize that, hey, all these things we can be looked at and we can get something from and we can celebrate. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. So I didn't want to come on here this morning having a half conversation that when you throw this against the wall, it won't stick. I think we can celebrate it all. We can celebrate life as well. But getting back to what I was saying earlier about what's important and what we need to be doing, this is the thing, guys. This can potentially lead to more meaningful and fulfilling life. And we can celebrate all things, because we can sit back and we can be so caught up about, oh, it's Monday. I got to go do this. I got this going on. I got to pay this bill. I got to deal with this person, all this stuff. But if you can step back and say, I'm going to celebrate all of it. I'm going to celebrate the fact that even though I got an issue with said person, I'm just throwing something out there and I got to deal with them. Guess what? I know what they own. When I deal with them, I'm going to put myself in a position. Sometimes we get so mad because things don't happen the way we want, whether it's your team, whether it's your job, whether it's your relationship, whatever it may be. But how about you step back and say, I'm going to spend this time today just celebrating life, man. I'm going to celebrate all of it. Hey, man, I appreciate you, sister. I appreciate you. It's all good. But I don't got to go down that road. I think so many times we feel that we have to be on the right side and it must be right for us. And it's not to say that you don't have a good point. It's not to say that what you're talking about isn't valid. But guess what? It just may not be able to work on the other person you're dealing with. So just celebrate it all and keep a moment and moving. And then do what? Focus on what you can control. What do you have? And to be honest, a lot of things we can control: our attitude, our response to things, how we go deal with people. Somebody can bring in some negative energy, but your response is like, no, I'm not going to match that energy because I don't really want to be on that. Isn't it something? Sometimes you feel in a certain way and somebody bringing some energy and they cause you to be a way that you didn't even initially set out to be. Today is Monday and I'm setting out to have a great day, great week, great month, great year, great life. So that means I got to respond a certain way to things that come, and I'm going to celebrate it all. Hey, none but love. And when you do that, I think there's things I've talked about before where your energy level is high, your frequency level is high. You vibrate at a different level where either these things can impact you or you don't even recognize it. Man, they was over there talking about you, man. I ain't even hearing that. I'm over here doing this. So we want to celebrate it all, folks, as we start off this Monday feeling good. Hey, celebrate these Michigan State Spartans. I do have a personal connection. That's why I'm rocking the Gruff's party today. Shout out my guy TK. Shout out my guy Coach Sadie Washington. Hey, Tom Izzo has been a great ride, no doubt. And Big Ten champions, no doubt. And these young men have sacrificed so much. Look at Cohen Carr and his growth. Guys like Jace Richards, who's just kind of just taking the world by storm with what they brought. My guy Jaden, I've been knowing Jaden since high school. Trey Holloman, Trey Halfcourt Holloman, Garrick Norman. You're going to see some more from him going forward. Hey, it's been great. Shout out to Carson Cooper too. Hands getting better, doing this thing, and Jeremy, the floor general. I can go on and on about these guys. A great group of young men. Looking forward to spending some time with them. And shout out to Tom. He said these guys gave me everything they had. And they sure did. And they gave it up for a coach who's well-deserved of all the accolades he's received. Kevin Marshall says, great season. Izzo is the GOAT. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of conversation. I know this isn't specifically about sports, about what the future holds, the transfer portal, NIL. But at this point today, we want to just celebrate it all. Hey, you got good rivals who are able to say, hey, our team is working on the way on back. And then, look, if we don't celebrate stuff, we miss out. And we let this dark cloud come over us that can really have a negative impact on us. And use every waking moment you have, folks, to be in a good position to appreciate things. Don't get caught up in the hype. Don't let somebody's negativity take you down a road you don't even want to go down. Everybody's standing up, feeling good, saying what's up. Hey, keep that going. And don't let somebody come into your life and try to take you off track for that. You want to be able to celebrate it all? Hey, celebrate their negativity as in saying, I'm not going to go there. What do you mean? Hey, are you tripping right now? Hey, I'm just going to celebrate the fact I'm not going there because I'm going to stay where I'm at. So with that being said, guys, I want to wish you guys the best. Like I said, that was in my spirit to say, hey, it's all about the position of your disposition. And when you change your disposition, everything changes, and the world is yours. And I want the world to be yours. Everybody on my timeline for checking in. I appreciate you guys. I want you guys to go out and have a great day, have a great week, have a great month, have a great year, have a great life. Hey, we're getting into the month of April. It don't stop. So spend this time celebrating instead of worrying. Hey, number love for you guys. Have a good day. Have a good week. See you in a minute. Peace out.